On the internet, we can find all kinds of things. The vast computer world is immense. However, today we are going to explore part of the dark corners of it. On the internet, there are several photos that, although some are chilling, little is known about their origin, and it is likely that you have seen them. So today we are going to look after their origin and where they came from. First photo that we are going to see is this one, where there are two ocean girls happy and smiling at a window, but when we see what is behind them, we get a surprise. Here we have this woman black. We can see any physical features of her more than his eyes, which seems to see in another direction. And yes, as we can see, this photo is just very creepy. And what is not about her? Well, it seems that in 2020 the photo was uploaded to Reddit. The publication doesn't not say more, but it is titled Haunted Woman. Now this one, it seems to be first appearance of photo on the internet. Doing a little more research, I found that in 2019, the image was published on the mouse of Reddit. Only there is not much context on the fact. The only thing I could find that the image was used as a meme. So yes, there is no story behind it, or at least what I thought. But what else can we find? If we go back to the comments in 2020 post, we have one which says the following. I think it's from this video or another. You have to dig it up. It's from a Japan's horror series. This is one of the children who were persecuted by the dead mother. All stories are told from the perspective of a woman who tells them, heard from others. But what is in the video? If we click on the link, we are sent to YouTube to this video that was uploaded on May 13 of 2013. Now if we look, we will see that at minute 6 and almost 20 seconds we have this scene.
結局その子は悦子おばさんの家に長くはいなかった。いくつかの親戚の家をたらい回しにされ、今はもうどこにもらわれてしまったのかわからない。
On the scene, we look like the mother says goodbye to her children, and as soon as the shot changes, we see exactly the scene in the photo. It looks that we solved the mystery, right? Well, not everything, but we have something more. Yeah, we checked the description on this video. It tells us that these have been re-uploaded from another channel. When we visit this link, we are taken to an even older video. This is from 2011, and here it's where it gets more interesting. Is one of the comments we find explanation for this. The comments mentions that the fragment is from a Japanese series known as Stories of Terror, and apparently it is a program that was broadcast in 1991. Now specifically, the image we can see from an episode called Just Two of Us, and apparently it's about girls who move to a new apartment with her children. When they start to hate them, creepy things happen. You know, ghosts, operations, shady things, and well, stories of terror. Now, but another important detail is that in this scene we can see the woman in black. Does not he has like these eyes. That is the photo we originally saw was edited in some way, and he couldn't find was as such the first time this thing was published. But hey, I think we solved the mystery. And by the way, this image is known as the Shadow Man. The next photo we will investigate is a pretty creepy one. In the 19th and in the early 2000s, Barney was this popular children's show. Now, as we know, there was nothing strange about the program. It was just Barney teaching things to the kids' children. I sang songs and children's show. But in the photo that we have here, we see a little boy smiling. It is facing the right side of the image. When we will zoom out and see what is the background, we are disturbed because what we have is like this Barney who is all creepy. That is, He has black eyes, a mouth. It is deformed. Also, he seems to be looking at the camera, but at the same time, it gives that feelings as if he was going to approach to the child to steal it, or I don't know, and in itself. The house where he's living also a bit creepy, because all we can do is see the trace and behind it there is complete darkness. Another thing that seems disturbing to me about this image is that we see that the boy is all happy and he is smiling and all that, but then if we go back to see his Barney's face, he has no expression whatsoever. So like I said, it's super creepy. But what happens if we try to find the origin of this photo? First, we will be taken to the Creeper subreddit. Here we find a publication from 2016 titled "A Creepy Photo of My Friend When He Was a Child." And yes, nothing better than childhood memories, right? But well, in this publication we also have link to Anchor. Now when we visit the link, we are taken to us this photo, and below this we have text that says, "My friend was looking for old photos of him when he found this gem." Like I said, childhood memories. If we see a little more of the photo, we notice that this appears to be part of an album. I say because it seems to be glued together and has like that plastic that sticks he puts in a photo albums. So, there I have a little more context, but what else is known about this photo and the same what we see? Well, whoever created the publication tell us the following: I don't know a lot of that photo and my friends it's at work, but as soon as he arrives I will ask him about it. Maybe we can come out to a couple of the theories about this photo, but the problem is that whoever originally posted the photo never come back to give us an update, and in fact, later after this he deleted his Reddit account, so we will never know what the story of is. Let's see the next photo. One day out of nowhere in some internet forums, this photo began to appear inside. It's there in a stretched black liquid, and immersed on this liquid we see that appears to be a man, and he's looking directly at the camera with this very strange expression. When I analyze the image little, it seems that this man is inside a bathroom or something like that. I say this because in corner of the photo we see a door, and we also see that the half has a bathroom look. But what's now what of this photo? Good. We investigated a little. We will see at the first time this photo was related to the internet was one of the 1 March of 2019, and this was on Reddit. Caption of the photo post risk SCPs 106 in those who stay within containment. Now let's look at some quick context about SCP. This thing is a secret fictional government organization, and it's in charge of spreading the word of strange creatures monsters. If you investigate online, you will see that there is a special page dedicated to them. On this page, we can see some stories about the surrounding these creatures. Let's say it is a similar concept to the backrooms, but a little different. If we review SCP-106, we will see that it talks about an old man-looking humanoid creature. It is an advanced state of decomposition and apparently likes to attack humans and stalk them for hours. Something else that is mentioned about this creature is that produce a stick brown substance, which is just what's seen in the photo. But after all the explanation, what else do we about this photo? In a comment, someone he asks what we are saying. If we try to search for the image on Google, we will notice that there are almost not sources or links related to it. And for what it was investigating, the states that use this image the most are some music ones. But the band Pop Kid All, apparently the image appears to be used in a cover for one of the singles, called Parasite. But there we find another problem, because it seems that the song was made in 2022, and as I told you, the image was shaded in 2019, so the dates don't fit. But then, what's the origin? I researched for a couple more hours, but the truth, I couldn't find more information. From what I read on Reddit, some people they also have these dolls, and these have been a great internet mystery for the last few years. Now, the only theory there is about this man we see in the bathtub is find some kind of a spa or something, and this I said it because we know that there's like treatments where you soak in tubes, they cover you in mud, and I don't know what that works for, but I say that it is therapeutic, so that's the only theory there is about the photo. It is not now who the person is the tube, but without a dupe. The look of this photo disturbing, and by the way, if you see the image on the internet, it is said that it's cursed, so you have to be careful with it. And another much murkier theory about this because it is not if the person in the tin is alive or worse. Well, Jeff the Killer is one of the most famous creepypastas on the internet, but with one of the strangest and most mysterious stories on the last decade. But what makes it so strange? Well, the reason is simple. Where did your photo come from? If we track the first appearance of the image, we will be taken to the creepy site Pasta. The story Jeff the Killer was put in 2011 by a user named Gamefield2000. And this is where the strange things begins, cause shortly after being published in another usage, he came out to claim the story, saying it was his, who claimed to the original creator of this all someone called Caesar. I don't know if how to say it, but okay, I'm fine, slimy. Remember, now here's something else. If we got ever further back, we will see that in 2008. A video titled Jeff the Killer is uploaded to YouTube. The simple video is just a slideshow of photos, and here they tell of Jeff's story. Now, if we see the name of his channel, we will see that Killer Jeff is called. According to Caesar, both the channel and the video they belong to him. And there is still more. In this same year, on August 14, the image of the Jeff the Killer was published by the same person apparently, and at the Newground site. In the publication, this person said the following: the story of old Jeff. He likes horror likes, ghost stories and slasher movies. Have you ever met him in person? This man is what others call strange. It's like a game of Bloody Mary, except that you have to play in the closet, turn off the lights, and sit with your legs crossed. Repeat this saying 3 times while turning your head towards forward and backward. He's here with me. After the saying, close your eyes and say the Jeff's names. He will appear facing you and proceed to scream and try to make you damage. To make his stamp is to stand there and congratulate him. Failure to do so will result in an excruciating nightmare. Well, this is the first record we have about Jeff, accompanied by the photo that we have all seen. Now, thanks to the fame of creepypasta, a channel called Care Theater interviewed the creator in 2015. He asked him several questions about Jeff, and then from all this they came to the final question, where Caesar was asked what's the true origin of the photo. According to him, he said that the photo have been created with a mask of glue on some plastic eyes. Then he used a type of red stereo color hair eyelids, their eyes, and they applied some black paint around them. After this, Caesar mentions that 2 or 3 photos were taken, and one of these was posted to the internet. From here on, the story of Jeff the Killer becomes impossible to solve. There are thousands of histories that have not been confirmed, and the history of the photo of Jeff the Killer is going to be the most mysterious picture on the internet's history. That's all from me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you like it. See you later.